Olivia was a very big donor in that particular parish, if Olivia was a very good giver, a tither, huge tither in that parish, would they have flogged her? They wouldn't. I dare you, they wouldn't. So I want to talk to the people who doesn't know what is going on, right? So I went to church service for my sister's wedding. You know, this morning service for wedding to exchange vows. Okay, so it was my sister's own. And my ashwebi cloth was so revealing. I never wanted to go to church service. I wanted to meet them at this reception. But you know, family now, they say I must attend service. So I went to service, but I didn't go right inside the church. I stayed outside the church compound, you know, waiting for my family to be done. So once they were done, they called me to come take a picture with them. I was on my way going to take a picture with my sister who just got married. The Reverend Father shouted, he saw me and shouted, "Come on, get out from this place," you know, that kind of a thing. You know, he was shouting on top of his voice, "Leave this compound." And I left. I humbly left because immediately he shouted, I knew he was shouting because of my dressing. It wasn't a decent dress to go to church with. And this I know. And because of that, he asked me out of the church premises. I went out immediately. But to my greatest surprise, this man followed me with a cane. He literally whooped my arms. He whooped my arms. Like he flogged me. He gave me 3 strokes of cane on my arms. Damaging my skin, by the way. You understand? So now, I tried to, you know, reflex action. I tried to fight him, but they held me. You know, so I didn't get to fight him, you know. But then I gave him a bit of my mind because he is supposed to be a Reverend Father and he is supposed to uphold what he preaches to us in church, right? Somebody you've asked already to leave the compound, the church premises, and she respectfully left the church premises. What business do you have going out there to flog her just to prove a point? To prove to people around that, oh, I can do this. I can do what I want. Isn't it? Guys, this is not my story. This is a story of a guest I brought to my podcast that has got people talking under my comment section down my page. People are provoked. People are vexed because my guest told her story involving a Reverend Father. Now, my question is, are you actually supporting Reverend Father because you are not the person, you are not the victim, or you are supporting him because Reverend Fathers have the right to flog members? So I want to know from you that is supporting the Reverend Father, are you supporting him because it's the right thing to do? No matter how indecently dressed a church member came to the church, is he supposed to flog the person? I think if you ask me, he has the right to send the person away from the church premises. He can do that. Yeah, he can do that. But whooping the person's ass, I don't think he does have that right. What do you think? Are you telling me that if a Reverend Father should lay his hands on your wife, you will say, oh, he's the priest, he have the right to flog my wife? If your Reverend Father should flog your husband, you're going to clap. You're going to give him a round of applause. You're going to applaud the Reverend Father for flogging your husband. Sit down and think, if this was me, how would I feel? If this was my sister, if this was my mother, if this was my wife. I know you didn't think it through. Yeah, so now I'm telling you to think it through. If this were to be your relative, what are you going to do? Or your relation, what are you going to do? Are you going to applaud the father? Okay, we all make mistakes, right? No one is meant to come to church with indecent dress. Okay, no one is meant to come to church seductively. We can all agree to that. Okay, she's done wrong, right? Okay, now let's focus on father. Is he supposed to flog her? Is he? He's not. I don't think he is. The day he was ordained, I don't think they gave him the power to flog members. Talk more of somebody's daughter, adult daughter, over 25 years, a full-blown adult. What if she was married? Okay, now, who will flog you, father, for your wrongdoings? Or you think you haven't sinned? We have all sinned, father. We have all sinned. All of us have sinned. Who is going to physically treat your own fuck up? Who is going to correct you? Because some of you, fathers, have families far, far away from your parish. Yeah. It's not every father. But most of you, some of you, have families far away. And you come down here and you give us the impression that you are married to Jesus. Isn't that sin enough? Can you compare that with indecent dressing anyways? You are lying to us, you are lying to God, you are deceiving yourself. Who will give a mass beating to some of y'all that have families in the US? Beautiful girls and handsome sons, raising them in the US, telling us that we are married to Jesus. Since we are now flogging sinners now, right? We are now flogging sinners. Who will flog them for us? Because that is a huge, huge sin. And I don't think God have flogged him. Because if God has flogged him enough, he will confess. For some of them, not all of them though. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Some of you, they knock members of your church. Some of you, they knock people's wife. Who have flogged you for that? Who have whooped your ass for that? Nobody. Nobody. We see it and we behave like we don't see it. We remove our eyes from it because it's not in our position to judge. So who made you the judge? Reverend, I'm asking. Who made him the judge? Who? You? You? Because he's a priest? You think priests don't sin? Is that what your mind is telling you? Priests don't sin? Anyways, please don't try it with my kids. That's what I'm going to say. That's my opinion. Don't try it with my kids or my relation. You had to flog her because I'm mad now. I'm going on where mad. They just let you be. Not be everybody go to flog that pikin. No this and no peace. Not be everybody. You get family where you go do that rubbish, They go enter you woto. They whine. Who know they sin for this life? Who? They protect your father and I make you they insult people for comment section, Abby. One day if he be you. If Olivia was a very big donor in that particular parish, if Olivia was a very good giver, a tither, huge tither in that parish, would they have flogged her? They wouldn't. I dare you, they wouldn't. If it was you who is protecting father and siding father in this case, if you happen to be a big donor in a up there Sierra the church, would they flog you? They won't. They will call you by the side, correct you, and nothing will happen. Yeah, it's the double standard for me. It's actually the double standard for me. And you, it's actually you that doesn't think before you protect or before you side or before you judge. It's actually you for me. Yeah, because you haven't sat down to think, oh, Onya Buroni is in the church, or Surona men at church, or perhaps she's giving church a huge amount of money to uplift the church. Would they flog her? They won't. They will only correct her in love. Back here, I'm at church and we love. That time you go no say church get love. They will correct her in love. Sister, don't do this again. Sister, no, it's not like this. Sister, it can be you any day, anytime. It can be your family member. Don't be siding bullshit because you are not in the picture. Because you are not the victim. Don't be doing that.